The Korean economy extended its sluggish 0% range growth into a fourth straight quarter in the July to September period. With that and concerns over an even poorer pace of growth in the last quarter, partly due to Samsung's global Galaxy Note 7 recall, calls are growing for the government to introduce more aggressive stimulus. But do we have room for that? Shin Se-min tells us more.
A call for more government spending. Korea's current economic figures are calling into question whether the government's efforts to boost local spending are enough. Korea's central bank has lowered its growth outlook for next year to 2.8%, and the country's all-time low benchmark interest rate of 1.25% has households taking on more debt that has reached over $1.1 trillion as of the end of June. That's why experts are pointing at the government's fiscal measures, calling on it to take bolder action.
Harping on that actually keeps the government from doing expansionary fiscal policy because they're afraid that it will drive up the deficit, drive up the debt. And I think the situation in the macroeconomic Korea right now forces us to have an expansionary fiscal policy. But I think a lot of people in the government, as well as some people in research area, think that the government cannot afford it because we'll have worse credit ratings in the future. And I think this is sort of keeping us back. So I think we should be more adventurous.
A similar stance is echoed by the Secretary General of the OECD, Angel Gurria, who told Seoul-based Yonhap News that the country has the leeway for more government spending to keep it from falling into a low-growth trap. He said fiscal stimulus should focus on measures that would support Korea's growth potential, adding that fiscally speaking, Seoul still has some room to maneuver next year. Currently, Korea's debt-to-GDP ratio for this year is at around 40%, significantly lower than the OECD average, which last year stood at over 115%. And yet, the government's put a leash on spending for the country's fiscal soundness. It plans to submit a new state budget management bill to the parliament in hopes of keeping the ratio of government debt to GDP at 45% or less. Shin Se-min, Arirang News.